So you want to get good at shooters. Well, a pro CS player once told me, it's easy, you just click on the enemy's heads. But if you're not good at clicking on people's heads, then maybe what you need is some basic aim training. Here are 7 basic aim training exercises that each address a different area of aiming skills. First off, you have to set your sensitivity to something reasonable. If you don't have any aim training games installed already, then there's an online app called 3D Aim Training that has 2 basic modes. You'll want to choose the flick and reflex mode. Put in the sensitivity options that you're currently using and try to flick to the targets. Just instantly move and click. Don't think about it. If you've never properly adjusted your sensitivity, chances are you'll overshoot the targets by a lot. Too many people buy that 8000 DPI gaming mouse and think that more DPI equals more headshots, and that's just not true. Theoretically, my mouse goes up to 12,000 DPI, but I just have it set to 400. Anyways, adjust your sensitivity until your medium range flicks are pretty close to the target. Make sure you can do a 180 comfortably, but still have fine-grained control over small movements. Once you have your sensitivity decided, make sure that you have the same sensitivity in all of your games. The calculator at mousesensitivity.com has a bunch of popular games, and know that some games have the same sensitivity scale. For example, Apex Legends uses the Source engine, so sensitivity 3 in Apex is the exact same sensitivity as sensitivity 3 in CSGO, TF2, and a bunch of other games. Another example is that Overwatch and Black Ops 4 also have the same sensitivity scale. Moving on to more rigorous training, if you don't have CSGO already, go ahead and download it. It's free. Go into the Steam workshop and look for these 2 maps, Training Aim CSGO 2 and YPrax Bot Arena. When you're training in CSGO, unless you're trying to get used to CSGO's weapons, you can turn off spread and recoil, enable the developer console, and paste these commands into the console. Training Aim CSGO 2 has a lot of different target practice modes. Start with the basic training and just get used to hitting targets at different distances. A lot of people tend to overshoot close targets and undershoot far targets. If you have more trouble aiming vertically than horizontally, try angle training. You can turn off main axis targets and just practice hitting targets that are above and below the center. Practice from both the nearest and farthest platforms. And if you want good practice in a more real-world setting, I highly recommend using Overwatch for Ana headshot training. You set up a custom match with headshots only and put a bunch of Ana bots on the other team. This works because Ana can't get headshots. Then, you play as McCree or another hitscan character. The bots run around and you can find different positions to practice from, like from high above or from below. Flicking practice is great for guns like revolvers, shotguns, and sniper rifles. For fully automatic guns, you can also practice tracking targets in Training Aim CSGO 2. Choose an SMG or rifle and set the number of shots higher than 1. This way you need to track the target for multiple shots before it counts. Then enable the moving targets only. In Bot Arena, practicing hitting faraway bots can also help you hit faraway enemies. That's more important in Battle Royale games where the map's pretty large and you encounter enemies from medium to long range. You can also practice maintaining headshot level while quickly turning around if you enable multiple 90-degree zones. Finally, don't marathon your aim training practice. Make it a recurring habit or use it for warm-up for online matches. Your aim will improve gradually and you should be able to see an improvement in your scores over time. Try keeping track of your scores to measure how much you're improving by. Also keep in mind that good aim doesn't automatically make you a pro. Aim training doesn't teach you game sense and strategy against real humans, so make sure to mix in aim trainings with actual online play. Improvement won't always be steady. You'll have good days and bad days, but if your aim was bad before, you should see your MMR and in-game performance improve significantly. Beyond the tools that I covered, there are also a lot of popular aim training games for sale on Steam. If there are any other good aim training tools that you want to share, leave it in the comments below. And when you finally realize that you don't really want to put in the work to improve your aim, just be a mercy main.